Let's talk about the WNBA. They have made an offer that the players probably best not refuse at this point. It is a sizable offer. It is a step up from what was already a very lucrative offer that was, roughly almost 4 times what they're getting paid right now. Something right around, it was around $1 million a year on a Supermax. Some came out and said it was $850,000. The WNBA is stepping up their game now.
The WNBA is really leveling up right now. The league just released a brand new collective bargaining agreement proposal, and it's unlike anything they've ever put on the table before. Player salaries are shooting upward. The top contracts are now crossing the 7-figure threshold for the first time since the league was created. Caitlin Clark could soon be making more than $1 million a year, but there's a twist, and it's sparking debate among players. This new deal could completely reshape the future of women's basketball. Drop a comment. Should WNBA players accept this major pay jump? Or should they push for even stronger revenue sharing terms? The WNBA made a move absolutely no one saw coming. They rolled out a new CBA proposal that could fundamentally change the entire financial structure of women's professional basketball. This isn't just a modest raise, it's a full-scale overhaul. For the first time ever, the highest possible salary would be above $1 million. Think about that. WNBA players could make more than $1 million a year. That's something that has never happened before. Truly historic.
Now officially over $1 million. Now part of this is, and this is going to be interesting because $1 million or over $1 million sound a lot better 6 weeks ago before the emergence of Project B and actual WNBA players signing with Project B for what has already been revealed, a minimum of $2 million. And I can tell you right now, Gumake, Alyssa Thomas, and Jonquel Jones got more than $2 million.
Before anyone gets too excited, there's a lot that needs to be broken down. The previous collective bargaining agreement was set to end on October 31st, 2025. The league and the players' union agreed to extend it by 30 days, moving the deadline to November 30th so negotiations could continue. That extension gave both sides more time to shape what the next deal might look like. The WNBA apparently used that window to build an offer they believed players might accept. Based on reports, the proposed CBA would begin in the 2026 season and would introduce some major salary increases. For players with 0 to 2 years of experience, the minimum salary would increase to $220,000, a huge jump from prior seasons. For players with 3 or more years under their belt, the minimum would climb past $460,000, which is more than quadruple what the lower minimums used to be. These adjustments aren't small tweaks. They represent massive changes for everyday players who aren't earning superstar-level contracts. The maximum salary would go beyond $1.1 million per player, and here's the key point. Several players on the same roster could receive that top salary. This is totally different from other major sports leagues, where 1 or 2 stars usually get the top tier. In this WNBA proposal, multiple players could make more than $1 million at the same time. That's groundbreaking. It means teams could build true championship-level lineups without underpaying their biggest stars throughout the entire CBA. Salaries would continue to rise, ensuring consistent annual increases. This is the way pay growth is supposed to work. No more one-time raises that flatten out for years. Instead, players would get yearly bumps that reflect inflation and league expansion. That's what solid labor negotiations aim for. For Caitlin Clark specifically, the impact would be huge. As a top personality in the league, she would qualify for a maximum salary. She could earn more than $1 million per season. Just a few years ago, that amount would have sounded impossible for a women's basketball player. Her ability to reach that level shows how much has changed and how much her rise has contributed to the league's
exciting news just recently about the new offer from the WNBA to the players with a max salary of $1.1 million that goes up each year of the contract, plus a higher league minimum at $220,000. So all really, really good news. Things are trending up in that way. Now, we still have one major problem, at least one major problem. And in all actuality, this is what is stopping the deal from getting done. Right here, it's in black and white. You can see it. This is what is stopping the deal from getting done.
3. But this is where things start getting more complicated. The WNBA, the players' union, has a list of demands that go far beyond pay raises. One major issue is charter flights, meaning players would travel on private planes instead of commercial airlines like they do now. They also want enhanced benefits, changes to roster sizes, and a revised prioritization rule that gives players more control over scheduling and time off. These aren't just financial matters, they're essential quality of life improvements.
Know all of that stuff. This is where we got to get to. The November 19th update. Okay? This is what is stopping the agreement.
The union's biggest focus is a revenue-sharing system tied directly to the league's financial growth. This is the heart of the dispute. The union doesn't only want fixed salary increases. They want pay that rises as the league's revenue rises, and when you think about it, their argument makes sense. If the WNBA is bringing in more money, shouldn't the athletes who generate that revenue get paid proportionally? That's the core issue. Right now, under the current agreement, salaries increase by a standard 3% per year. That's all. Even if the league has a breakout financial year, that 3% is the only raise players see. The union believes that structure is outdated and unfair. Players currently receive about 9% of the total revenue the league brings in. Compare that to the NBA, where players earn roughly 49 to 51% of revenue. The difference is massive. The union believes women athletes deserve a revenue-sharing structure that mirrors what NBA players receive. The WNBA's new proposal reportedly keeps the fixed increase model. That means the league supports historic raises, but not revenue sharing. Based on financial growth, the league is effectively saying, here's a giant pay bump, but it's locked in. You'll get yearly raises, but they won't change even if the league becomes much more profitable. The union, on the other hand, is saying, we'll take the raise, but we want to share in the league's growth too. This puts players in a tough spot. The raises themselves are groundbreaking. Minimum salaries jumping more than threefold is huge. Maximum salaries increasing more than fivefold is massive. These pay increases could transform players' lives and create deep long-term financial security. But turning the offer down to push for revenue sharing comes with risks. Negotiations could stall. The league might withdraw parts of the offer. No one knows what could happen. The stakes are incredibly high without a new CBA. The league can't move forward with the expansion draft. They can't start free agency. They can't hold the 2026 WNBA draft. All of these are essential for the league to operate. Without a CBA, the season can't proceed normally. Both sides are under real pressure to finalize a deal soon. The deadline is November 30th. After that, if nothing is approved, the league could face a work stoppage. Players could strike. The season might be postponed. Neither side wants that outcome, but each is using the pressure to gain leverage. The WNBA's message is basically, we've offered historic raises and that should be enough. The union's message is, fixed increases aren't enough. We deserve our share of the league's growth. And this all comes right after Alyssa Thomas signed with Project B, a Saudi-funded women's basketball league. A major piece of timing. Section 5 Project B is offering strong salaries and major off-season opportunities for WNBA players. Nico Wick also agreed to play in that league. These headline-grabbing contracts show that players now have real alternatives to the WNBA. Players having options means they suddenly have more negotiating power. The WNBA understands that if they don't stay competitive with pay and benefits, top players could leave for these new leagues. Project B runs from November 2026 through April 2027, essentially covering the entire WNBA off-season. Instead of spending a few months overseas, players could join a well-funded women's league that pays far more and gives them global visibility. Project B is offering strong salaries, equity shares, and an 11-week worldwide schedule that appeals to players who want to compete at a high level year-round while earning substantial income. Unrivaled is another rising league that's creating competition for the WNBA. These leagues show that the market for women's basketball is expanding beyond the WNBA alone. Players are realizing they now have multiple pathways to earn a living as professional athletes. That added leverage is extremely important in CBA talks. If players feel undervalued by the WNBA, they can legitimately choose to play in these alternative leagues. The fact that the WNBA put this new offer on the table signals they're taking these competitors seriously. They know that if they don't raise compensation, they risk losing talent to Project B, Unrivaled, and other upcoming leagues.